Peace and light and peace and love. Thank you for getting pretty mystical with me. I'm Shakesha, the pretty priestess, and I have had such an eventful week. Hold up, let me stop for a second. Let me tell you what this pretty priestess thing is all about, right? So, I am the pretty priestess because I am a respecter of beauty. And I'm all about elevating and enhancing that beauty. And it doesn't have to limit itself just to like the physical appearance stuff, such as the beauty products and all of that other type of stuff. But it's also about some of those things about what's going on in your mind and in your spirit, because we know that if your mind ain't right, then your behavior's not right. And when your behavior's not right, your experience isn't right. And when your experience isn't right, your spiritual life is affected. So they're all connected within each other. So you want to be on point on a physical tip, on a mental tip, on a spiritual tip, so that all three can work together in harmony, so that we can show up and show out up in this particular place. And that's what that's all about. I had a friend ask me, like, what is that all about? What is that? I'm like, you see the stuff that I do all of the time. Like, what the hell? But just wanted to touch base in case we were a little uncertain about the direction that this work is all about. So yeah, let's get with that though. All about showing up and showing out in our best way, in our best form. It's like looking our best, feeling our best, owning our power so that we can be our best. I used to say that just about every show, and I got tired of that because, I mean, we know what it is. And so let's get about this work. I hope that everybody got an opportunity to get in on some of that blue moon energy, still available, still here and available to work with it. I was out there in that energy, really releasing a lot of shit. Number one, first and foremost, burn all of my business cards. All of my business cards for being associated with the space that I was working with at that particular time. So many events went down that kind of pointed in the direction that it was time to move forward, but I just was not making the connection until I got my hat checked completely at the door, and it was just a no can do situation that was placed in front of me. And like I said, I'm on the fence. I'm in a neutral space. As far as individuals that want that vaccination, if you feel safe, if it makes you feel safe doing that, then be about the business of doing that. Don't come at me with that. I don't want it. And there's nothing that you can do to shake me on that one. I don't want it. I don't want the flu shot. I don't want anybody's injection. That's where I'm at. That's how I roll. So, and I'm not concerned with being a person that's catching it, so I can walk out in public and I'm not wearing my mask necessarily all of the time, and I'm good with that. And you're not in danger if you've been vaccinated by me. I'm in danger, apparently, according to what the real the real research is supposed to say on how diseases are supposedly transmitted. If you've been vaccinated, you've gotten vaccinated to protect yourself, ain't got shit to do with me. And I'm only going back there because it's hitting a sore spot when I ran into some cat I knew from back in the day, and they acted like I was somebody that was going to approach them with a bug and a virus and some misfortune. And I had to check her hat right at the door, like, oh, wait, ain't I'm the one in danger? What is you talking about? Ain't you protected? What is this about? But anyway, this is what happens when we allow people to think for us instead of really stopping and pausing to reflect that. And I really do think that this is a time now where people's emotional responses are really being stretched to the limit. And so what they're doing is putting a lot of stuff that's charged up emotionally and just repeating it. And it's getting people in such a space. Now, this is a way for mind control. Let's make no mistake about that. But this is getting folks pretty worked up. And Well, hopefully people begin to wake up. We see what it do. But anyway, I had a burning bowl ritual for the full moon, that blue moon energy, so that I can release all of the old things behind. And then with the soul group, we did our new life admissions. So shout out to Planet Remix and all of them. And I got mine and activated mine up. And along with working that new moon energy, moving into the new life, the new cycles, this is definitely a time for that. And this has been something that I've been aware of. I was coming to an end of a cycle in my life, and it just didn't turn out any of the ways that I expected it to be. So what an exciting time this is for me. So I had that release, and then I also set some real clear intentions on the direction that I want to go. But before I did that, because I already had these intentions in place, however, I really had to sit with myself, get real with myself, and find out all of those things, or really examine, because I really need to find out, examine all of those things that's holding me back, that's preventing me from moving forward and getting closer to those goals that I set for myself. What are some adjustments that needs to be made, and how can I navigate that situation so that I can come out on top? So those were some of the things that I was doing. And along with that, I was using some of the I get this Chinese money from the it's called the Lotus Food Chinese store, Asian food market, I'm sorry. And so I'll write intentions on those, and then I'll use it with burning rituals. I really like working with candles. That's one of my things. I like fire. I like water. I like scent. I don't know. I like working, excuse me. I like working with all of the elements. Let me, need to take a sip there. I like working with all of the elements, but at this particular time, what's striking my fancy is that fire, baby. And fire it was with the burning bowl ritual. And then I also had my candles going on, that I had them dressed and fixed. And what a beautiful, beautiful time I had in addressing that. And I wish that I would have did a banishing ritual for the bugs that ate a sister up last night, but I'll be smarter next time and make sure that I got some type of bug repellent on deck to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And then I was out and about, and I went a while back to, what was that, Bed Bath and Beyond, because I wanted to get something quality. And they usually sell stuff that I can, when I get it, it seems to be well made. I can keep it for a while, whatever. So I've been really rocking with Bed Bath & Beyond. Plus, they send me them 20% off coupons through the email and whatnot. Yeah. So with Bed Bath & Beyond, I was getting a hanger for my scarves and my belts. So I was going down there. I'm paying like $15 for one of these little belts and everything, and I'm just like shuffling around in my closet. I got to go through my clothes like several times. I'm just one of them people. I'm, kind of type A like that. And it breaks. I was so disappointed and so hurt. So I tried to rig it up. You know how I do, And it just looked, it didn't elevate the appearance of my closet. And those are some things that I'm really going to start working on as well, is elevating the aesthetics of the room. But anyway, with that, I got it. I paid the $14 for it. I felt like I paid a little too much money for it, for what it was. And for it to break like that, I was really disappointed. Out and about, fast forward a few months later, I'm out and about. I'm shopping at the dollar store. They got velvet scarf and belt hangers at the dollar store for $1. I picked up about 3-4 of them shorts, and the scarf hangers and a couple of belt hangers to put my belts on. It made all of the difference in the world, and I only paid $5 for the 3 scarf hangers and the 2 belt hangers right there at the dollar store. And they working like a champ, and it's made a little bit of a difference. And now that I have the 3 scarves there, you know, I can use them by like the different types and styles of scarves that they are and the types of belts that they are. I can separate the two from there, and so it works for me. Now it's not like all in front and all together like I had it on the larger one, and I could probably like adjust it to put them together. However, peep the game now. $1 is all that was paid for that. And so I feel like a winner today on that particular note by just being out and about. The dollar store. The dollar store. Got me a new bed this week, which was an awesome thing to do. I really got to make sure that I'm being careful with how I am spending my money. And I bought a new bed. I needed a new bed. It was definitely time to get a new bed, and I'm so glad that I did. What a tremendous difference that made in my life. I didn't want to get out of bed. So my sleep game is on point right about now. So I'm telling you, if you having some trouble sleeping, or if you notice that your bed is a little old, a little raggedy, mine was, definitely get you a new bed. That shit makes all of the difference. And it got me one of them little shits where the bed adjusts. So, you know, my husband likes to watch television in bed. I'm not a TV in bed type of person, but that's where it's at for him. And so, you know, that whole feature is all that for him. So definitely sleep game on point with that. What I'm doing right now to really bless that sleep game is I got my amethyst game up. So I had my amethyst charging up under that that blue moon that we had yesterday, but I had it up in the window like so, because I got this little candle fixture that I use to sleep with at night, but I had it right by the window so that it can charge up while it's still helping me while I'm sleeping. And then I had another amethyst egg that I work with when I'm doing a lot of dream work. And I charged that outside last night. Now I'm gonna bring it in and I'm gonna throw it up under the pillow, put it with the new bed. We gonna see what it do. And I'm here to tell you all about some dreams. Like, I haven't been to so many different planets, probably galaxies for what I know. I have no idea some of the places that I've been going to in my dreams. And that's that working with that amethyst, those amethyst eggs, has just made all of the difference in the world. This place that I've never even heard before called Please Please, or at least that's what they told me that I can say to get there. So shout out to that place. So just some powerful stuff that I've been working with, and it's not going to do anything but get greater because I'm starting to really make some adjustments and really get a little bit more clarity on the direction that I want to go in. So right now what I really want to do is like build up my family's business, snatch up all of the resources that we can from there. I'm looking to learn a little bit more about some real estate. I'm looking to get multiple streams of income. I do not want to be in the position where I was before in management and just navigating and getting through the day. I really want to find my passion and the thing that's driving me. And so I'm just excited to be feeling like I'm just getting a little bit closer to it each and every day. And so I'm just going to say praise God for that. I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful at this point. And candle magic has been my game for right about now. I just really been working with a lot of that. I got this Empress candle when I was out and about. I think Ross for Less is where I got this at, and I found it. And I've been dealing, you know, with a little bit of the tarot. I'm not a tarot reader, but I've just been studying like the energies within the tarot deck, and, you know, just learning about how a lot of those tarot readers have been doing like energetic forecasts with that and everything, and just really working with some of that energy. And I also went and I got me a book on on discussing, where did I put that book out? Here it is right here. It's called The Modern Witchcraft Book of Tarot, which talks a lot about the different energies that are within there. Now, I'm here to tell you, this has been like really, really helpful in identifying a lot of the energies that we work through throughout different points in our lives. And it's just really an excellent tool in helping you to focus your energy in the direction that you want to go just a little bit more laser sharp. And so I'm really feeling this. I'm really feeling this. And this tarot thing, just combining that with the astrology, with the color, with the tarot, and just lining all of these energies up, the gods and the goddesses and the archangels and all of that. It's just really exciting for me. And so this is just one of those other things. And so I'm getting this one right here all fixed up, all charged up for another time. And got some good working on up in here. I got my bay leaves and I got some other stuff I'm not going to say because it's kind of private. But I do have some really, really powerful intentions. I have it sitting here charging up on my altar. Oh, it's about to be the hell on, y'all. It's about to be the hell on. And so with that candle magic, how I'm able to tell how my candles are working for me is just by the way, especially with these jar candles, how they're burning at the end of the day. And so for me, and this is my understanding, this is how I'm feeling it. This is what resonates for me. For when I'm burning the candles, how I can tell if I set an intention for something, if it's a little cloudy, then for me, my interpretation with that, with it being cloudy, is that it's not really that clear yet. You're really not dedicating enough energy towards it, or you know, you're in a space of limbo or something like that. When it's clear, that's almost like a green light for me. So when it burns and you see that it was a clean and clear burn, for me, that is a green light, that is a yes, that is a atta girl. And then if I notice that it's like smoky and it has that soot on it and everything, it's like, not so much. And so that's how I've been working with those candles that are in the jar and getting the readings out of those particular candles. And that's what's been working for me. I absolutely love candles. I'll work with the regular candles and just use them for different things. One of the things that I do is use birthday candles when I'm in a pinch, if I don't have time, and just use the color that I'm trying to work with for that day. Let's say I want something to happen quick, fast, and in a hurry. I need it right now, and I'll get a little bit of peppermint, boom, boom, and put it on a magenta candle or a hot pink candle, and then you throw it in there and you burn it, and you put that intention there, and you need something to happen right then and there, you know, maybe court case, some shit like that, who knows, whatever it is that you need at that particular moment, real quick and in a hurry, or if you just need to be able to ace that job interview, or whatever that is, and add a boost of energy to something. Those birthday candles, believe it or not, work really well when you're in a pinch. And then that way you're not sitting back waiting for the candle to burn. I use this little squisher, quencher, I call it. I mean, I don't know what it, you know, it takes the candle out and everything, but I use that to set them out if I feel like I really don't have the time and I'm burning a candle. Now, I've heard someone tell me before that you're supposed to not extinguish the candle. You're supposed to just let the candle burn so that you can get the most benefit from it. That doesn't really work well for me. And I do notice that I still get result even if I squash the candle out for a little bit. What I do is I give thanks, blow the candle out, squash it out, and then I use it again and set an intention to that and keep it moving. And the only thing that it does is that it helps for me, it's a reinforcement. And so it's almost as if I burned another candle again, like I continue to burn the same candle for the entire week and just keep getting back to it. So it'll be the candle that I'm working with for the week, or the energy that I'm working with, that I'm working through, and it'll give me a little bit of time to get inside. Like I have this candle right here. This is one of those ones where, of course, I'm releasing some shit, right? And so I'm getting back to it because I'm really trying to get myself in a space where I can really address it and move past it, and not just saying, yeah, I did on the surface, and not really move past it. And you know how you get into, like, let's say you get into an argument with a family member and you squash it, but you really ain't through with it. That sometimes can be how some of the lingering energy is for me. Like for me, I was thinking about squashing. Well, you know what? Alcohol don't serve you. There's a lot of folks in the family that's all fucked up drinking that alcohol and everything. And you probably should leave it alone. And so I sit there and I'll sip my Henny and I'm feeling all guilty and feeling some type of way. Or I got my Cabernet and I'm sipping on it like, this probably ain't working in my best interest. Now, how in the hell, as a priestess, I'm going to be taking in some shit, cursing it as I drink it? Now, who does that? Anyway, y'all pray for me. So now the space that I'm in right now is I'm very clear and aware of the history and how that goes. But for whatever reason that is, there's something that draws me to want to drink. I feel that I want to enjoy myself. So now, when I open myself up, this is where I'm at right now. When I open myself up to that possibility of potentially having a drink, now I realize that the guilt, the shame, and the pull that it had on me is no longer as strong as it used to be, you see. And so now when I'm feeling all stressed out and I had a long day and everything, I don't necessarily have to come home to a drink anymore. And I think that was something psychological in my mind, that I would come home to a drink and then be like, well, why am I using it? This is not the way that I need to, you know what I'm saying? And just go through this whole thing of beating myself up. So what I've been really doing is doing work to release that with my candle. Not necessarily releasing the things that don't serve me. Absolutely releasing the things that don't serve me, but releasing the things that don't serve me on a grander level, like having a drink and beating myself the hell up for having a drink. And now when I have a drink, I can enjoy myself, have a good time with my family, and then don't even worry so much about it. And then I have a bad day if I'm out and about and I come back in here for solace and solitude. I'm curling up to a cup of tea. I'm chilling on something else. I'm finding something productive to do. I'm finding something different to get into. So the energy is starting to shift itself because I'm starting to really get in tune with who I am and what it is that I truly need. And not necessarily getting myself in a place of condemnation, but really education. So it's just a new thing and a new way for me to go about addressing myself, because you start to convince yourself that you have more things going on than you really do. And sometimes that can be a good thing, and sometimes not so much. And so I'm really learning to work with that all or nothing thinking, that extreme type of mentality and everything. So those are some of the tools that I'm working on right now. But before I leave, I'm about to wrap it up because I'm noticing that I'm kind of rambling, but I wanted to give us some guidance to go before I get up out of here. I was going to do a whole little message, but not so much. But let me just pull a quick little card from my new deck that I still been working with. And this is all about the Birds of Paradise constellation. And this one, family, it deals with self-belittling. Believe it or not, on this card. I love this. I love this deck. I love this deck. It is so on point. And so it's called, and so it talks about how it deals with recovery of creativity and divinity. We can learn to stop diminishing ourselves and being unable to see our own beauty, and talents. Let's work with ourselves, family. Let's work with ourselves in a big and a powerful way. Peace and light. Peace and love.